Hello everyone, welcome to Malik Joe 34 channel. This is Malik Arjun. In this today's session on the DBA tips and tricks, I'm going to explain about the different ways of connecting to your database using SQL Plus or SQL Developers or Toad or OEM, and also there's a different ways to call your SQL Plus using a shell script or running your SQL files as a sys user or a normal user, and then running large SQL files in a backend mode, which used to take run for a couple of hours. So if you run it in a foreground, you may lose your session by the network disconnection or internet disconnection. So always better to run a script which is taking a more time in a backend mode using a no hope. So first of all, if you're new to my channel, always you can go back to YouTube and search for Malik034 and then please do subscribe. And if you like my videos, please share, like and comment. Let's start with the today's session about the connection method. As I said, to connect your database, you can use either SQL Plus or any other tool supported tools, like a tool like a Toad or SQL Developer or a OEM or any other tool which Oracle is supported. So I'll quickly cover on the SQL Developers and SQL Plus how you can connect. Logged into my server, and first thing is to connect to database. You should have your SQL Plus client installed on your server, whichever server you are trying to connect. For example, if you are connecting from your Windows desktop client, you have to install your SQL Plus client over there. So here I am already at the server, so I no need of installing the client because client will come default with the Oracle. So for that you need to run SQL Plus and it asks for the username. You can give any username, the valid username which database has, HR, and then I'll give the password and it connected to database, right? So similarly, if you want to connect using a sys user, you can just use SQL Plus slash as a sysdba. This slash means it will take a OS authentication. You no need to pass this is user password. So using a OS authentication, it will connect to your database. If you get this SQL prompt, you mean you are inside your prompt of that database. If you just query select name from v dollar database, it will say which database you are connected. So to connect to any of that particular database, you have to set your environment before connecting to database. To check the environment, you need to type a grep env grep dot capital vora. If you say, it will say Oracle SID and Oracle base and Oracle home. What are my environment setting right now? If you set anything other than your SID, so it will not connect to your database. Your SID should be proper and your Oracle home should be proper, and this particular SID should run from this Oracle home. Then only you will be able to connect to your database. This is the first way how you can connect. You can connect using SQL Plus sysdba for connecting as a sys user, and if you know the particular user, you can run SQL Plus and it will ask for the username and password. Similarly, you can connect SQL Plus HR slash HR. It will connect directly to the database. Show user, it will tell which user it has connected. So other way of connecting to database using SQL Plus, using your listeners. So I am right now inside my network admin, where you can see two files. One is tnsnames.vora and listenernames.vora, and I'll just show you listener file. This is my listener file, listener underscore devdb, and this is the content of that, and my listener is up and running. You should make sure your listener is up and running. lsnrctl status and listener name. You can see here your devdb status is ready and devdb status is ready. So your listener is up and running and is listening to the proper database. And other way to check the listener is ps-ef grep tns. You can see here your listener is up and running here, listener underscore devdb, right? So this is your listener. Make sure your listener is up and running and you have to check your tns entry for that database. If you do this cat of tnsnames.vora, you can see here devdb is my alias name for my database instance, devdb. So I can use this devdb connection string and I can connect to my database SQL Plus hr slash hr at the rate devdb. It will connect to my database. This is using HR user, and if you want to connect as a sys user, you can use SQL Plus slash as sysdba at the rate devdb. It will connect to your database. Show user, sysuser. So these are the different ways how you can connect to your database using SQL Plus. Now I'll show you using a SQL developer. I already opened my SQL developer here, and I'll just try to connect using this plus symbol. You have to click on this plus sign, connect new connection, and you can give any name, HR hyphen connection, and I can give HR name and HR as a password, and you should know your host name, right? So if I do host name, where my database is running, host name is this one. If I do host name hyphen I, I'll get IP address. I'll use this IP address. Either you can use this host name or you can IP address, because if you do your cat listener.ora file, it will be having your host name. So this host name is nothing but this IP address, right? So you can use either IP address or your host name. So I'm using IP address. I can put this IP address here, and the port you should get it. So again, you can go back here. You can see here 1522 is your port, and I'll put that 1522. And you should have your SID as service name, right? So if you see ps-ef grep smon, you will get your SID. It's a devdb, or you can do env grep vara. It will say this is Oracle SID devdb. And service name, you can connect to database, show parameter service. Oh sorry, show parameter service. You can see your service name, or you can again check your tns names that were a file. You will see your service name, that is again devdb. You can use your service name as a devdb, or you can use your sid, that is devdb ps-ef grep smon shows sid as a devdb, or also you can give env grep ora. It will say oracle underscore sid is devdb. So while connecting using your SQL developer or Toad or any other tool, you can use either SID or a service name. I will first use SID, that is devdb, because sometimes devdb, that SID name is different and service name is going to be different. In my case, both service name and SID are same, so I can use it anywhere. So if you have a different service name and different SID, so you can use whichever you prefer. So I will use SIDs devdb and test the connection. The success message you can see here, and I'll use my service name as a devdb and test the connection. The success message again here, and you can just do the connect here, and it will connect. It will ask for password again, give the password and connect. See, your connection is established here, right? So you can see all your this schema, HR schema, tables, views, index. So this is the way of you can connect using SQL Plus, or using other Oracle provided tools, or third party tools like SQL developers or Toad, or and then any other supported tools. Or you can also access your database using OEM. So I'm not going to cover OEM. These are the different ways of connection. So my intention in this today's session is to cover this SQL Plus. There's a different way you can call your SQL Plus using a shell script, or you can call run your SQL script using SQL Plus and calling it. And then if it is a long running SQL query or long running SQL script, you can run it in a no hope. So these are the different four methods: connecting or calling SQL Plus from shell script, running SQL files from SQL Plus session for the normal user or for the sys user, and running the script in backend mode. If you see here dot slash, and you can run your shell script, or sh run your shell script, or you can use SQL plus hr/hr at the rate run your any of the SQL files, or as a sys user SQL plus slash sys user at the rate you can run your SQL plus here. And again, if the same command, you can run it in a no hope, it will run it in a backend. So I'm going to cover this all 3-4 sessions. So I already have here calling SQL plus. So I have one sh file here, like list underscore reasons dot sh. So name of the file is list underscore reason dot sh, and this is sample shell script I'm talking about. And what it will do, it is going to list my reasons and count the reasons. So I will just connect to my database first, SQL plus slash as sysdba, and if I do connect hr/hr, and if I do the same query, select star from tab, you can see here, right, there's a reason here. I can just check that what is the content of select star from reasons. You can see there are four reasons. I can do select count star from reasons. You can see I get a count 4. So the same thing I'm putting it in all whatever the command I ran it right now, select star from reasons, select count from reasons, everything I'm putting it in one file, that is list underscore reason.sh. And here inside the shell script I'm calling sql plus hr/hr, and it is starting of my shell script and this is ending of my shell script. You can see here it has sorry, it is starting of my SQL file and this is ending of my SQL, end of UOF and EOF. This is starting of my file and this is end of file. So everything I'm calling it here in this single shell script. vi, right? So I'll just copy entire content. So escape I insert, right? So I got my shell script here. I will do chmod 777 and then I'm going to run this shell script. You can see here I got my 4 reasons and count also 4. Other method is, as you see here, other method I can see sh. You can use dot slash and run your shell script, or sh shell script and run your shell script. So I'm going to run that one, sh. I'm clearing my screen, sh, and I'm going to run sh and list reasons. You can see again I got output 4 reasons and count is 4. This is calling your SQL plus using a shell script. And the second one is running SQL files from SQL plus. Again I'm going to create a one SQL file like list underscore reason dot SQL, and inside that I'm going to write one single SQL command, that is select star from hr dot reasons. I'm going to do it here, right? You can see vi list reason.sql, and I'm going to put that content. Okay, so now I'm going to call that one using sql plus hr/hr at the rate sq list reason.sql plus. So make sure that after entering this username and slash password there should be a gap here, there should be a space here. If you put without space, it will consider this one as your listener name, right? If you see the connection method what I showed you, sql plus hr/hr at the rate your connection tns connection name. So make sure that you have to give a space here. I'm going to run this one. You can see here I got all my output 4 reasons without connecting to SQL plus in a single command. You ran your SQL plus. The other way is you have to manually connect to your database, and after connecting database you have to run your script using at the rate, right? I'll just copy this one. You have to run using SQL plus, so it will run it. So you can connect to SQL plus and run the script, or you can without connecting SQL plus, you just call SQL plus username slash password at the rate script name. This is if you are using normal user. If you want to run it as a sys user, you can use this command SQL plus slash as a sys user, because this is using a OS authentication. SQL plus slash as a sysdba. Again, make sure after sysdba you have to give a space here. Otherwise, it will consider it as a your TNS connection name. So I'm going to run it again. This one. Clear this screen and SQL plus slash sysdba at the rate list reason.sql. You can see here the command ran successfully and you got the output. Again, as I said, again other method is you can connect to database and run this particular script again. So I'm just connecting SQL plus slash sysdba. I'm connected to database. I'm running the script now at the rate list underscore reason.sql. Right? Again, I got the output. So this is the other way of running your script. And suppose these scripts, whatever script is giving within a fraction of second you are getting output, it's fine. You can run it either SQL plus, or without connecting to SQL plus, you just call it in a OS command itself. So if suppose this script is running for a longer time, like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, so it is not advisable to run using this kind of connection, or in the inside SQL prompt, because in case of network disconnection, if you lose your database connection, your script will be halfway done, and then you have to lose your connection. You have to do it, clean up again, and you have to rerun the script again. So to avoid that, it's better to run the script in a backend mode if it is running a more than 2 hours or 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. So for example, I have the count.sql script. What this script will do, it will count up to 5 lakh. You can see for loop count, I'm doing 1 to 5 lakh. So I'm just creating one SQL plus here. So vi count.sql, and then I'm going I'm putting that one spool file and set server output on, and begin for loop 1 and 1 to 5 lakh. Okay, done. So now if you run without no hope, you have to wait until this 5 lakh count. And in the between, if you lose your session, the script will be halfway done, and then other halfway you have to clean up, and you have to rerun it again. So to avoid that, better to run it and no hope. That is, run your script using a no hope. The same command SQL plus hr/hr @count.sql, and you have to put no hope, and at the end you have to put ampersand. And if you are running it as sys user, you have to run SQL plus /sysdba and count.sql with the ampersand at the ending. So I'll run it as a HR user now. And then once you start it, you can monitor using a jobs command, or tail you can do no hope, or the count.log. Here you can see count.log, right? So what I'll do, I'll run it SQL plus no hope SQL plus hr/hr count.sql. So this is your job ID. It is started now. You can run jobs. You can see here jobs is the running state, and you can do ls-ltr. You can get your count.log or no hope.log. You can see tail-f this count.log. You can see the count is getting here, and again you can check for your no hope.log, tail-f no hope.log, and that also updating now. 3 lakh is done. So again you can monitor using your job command. It is still running, and once the job is done, you'll get a exit message, a job done message. So you can see the job is completed. You got the screen exit one, and now if you see jobs, there's no more jobs. And if you see your count and no hope log, if you do tail-f of this count, and you can see your 5 lakh records are done here. You can again see similarly check a tail-f of this no hope.out. Again you can see 5 lakh records are done here. So these are the different ways. So for our DBA day-to-day life, we'll be running so many scripts, and these are the very useful commands, and you can make use of in your day-to-day life, guys. Thank you. I will come up with a new DBA tips and tricks. Thanks a lot, guys.